What's going on, everyone? Happy Wednesday to everyone. Hopefully, everyone is doing well, staying safe, healthy. If you had to take a COVID test, hopefully you have tested negative. If you did test positive, I hope you have a full and speedy recovery with no long COVID issues. It is time now for the Wednesday edition of the Pandemic Update for Wednesday, November 1st, 2023. That's right, it's the first Pandemic Update of Wednesday. If you are new to my channel, or maybe this is the first time you've ever clicked on one of my pandemic updates, basically what we do here is try to prove that the pandemic is not over, and we talk about some other viruses as well. Our first story today will be about Mpox, so if you are new here, maybe you are strongly convinced, oh, the pandemic is over, oh, it's not causing issues anymore, it's not out there anymore, it can't be COVID. Watch my video, and then at the end, if you are convinced, leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below, and I promise you I will continue to bring you the data that proves COVID is still an issue, and hey, we can help prevent it and we can help keep you safe. Alright, starting off today with Mpox. Oklahoma Health Department confirms Mpox is present in the state. The state's health department confirms there are currently 5 active cases across the state. That's a problem. We've been seeing Mpox randomly pop up around the country in wastewater. Oklahoma, despite them having a fairly populated city, Oklahoma City, is not really good with wastewater. We're going to take a look at some wastewater today. Unfortunately, I can't show you Oklahoma because, as is the theme, and I'm not trying to take political sides here, it seems to be more of a Republican state issue where Republican states are not very good about their wastewater. However, I mean, Florida's good, Texas is good, but there's some of them out there that are just far right and they don't update wastewater for some reason. But then there are a few Democrat states as well. Again, I don't like to make the pandemic or anything virus related political, but there are just some states, for whatever reason, and it probably doesn't really matter which party they're affiliated with, that are just not good with wastewater, and I really don't understand it. Oklahoma, we need you on the wastewater scan site. We need you on more CDC sites as well. Alright, moving on. This is something that I found yesterday that I thought was fantastic. We need a little bit of positivity, and I found some. This is definitely positivity. This is from Sarah Ann Willett. She does the Iowa COVID tracker, now in New Jersey, but check this out. Trick-or-treaters will be making out like bandits at our house tonight, she says. Each bag that she had put out had 2 kiddo and 9 fives and 8 mini packs of candy. Look at this. She lined up bags of candy on her sidewalk. This is fantastic. Giving out and 9 fives for the kids, that's fantastic. Now, I can only imagine what some kids or parents were thinking when they got it, but you know what? They should be happy that people are trying to keep each other safe. This is fantastic. And I really hope they appreciate this, and I hope they use these little N95 masks for the kids. And because, you know what? COVID's out there. New Jersey's going to start increasing soon. We actually have some new data on that today from Hubbub World. We'll show you that in just a little bit. Let's quickly revisit something that I showed you yesterday, and let's reveal the final results of this poll. Has the COVID pandemic changed your life? And I may use some comments. We showed some comments yesterday. 97.9% said yes, 2.1% said no. And you're thinking, oh, well, I mean, that can't be that many votes. Hello, 1,896 votes. I think that's a lot of votes. I think that's a lot of people saying, yes, the COVID pandemic has changed your life. Maybe we should do another version of this. It won't get as many votes. Maybe we should do another version down the line. Has COVID changed your health? Has COVID had an effect on your health? I think that would get a high number of yeses too. I don't know that it would get as many votes. Maybe that's something that we will do in the future. I like to do these polls every once in a while to include them in the pandemic update because it always gives us such interesting information. Not going to read any more comments today because we do have quite a few things to get through. Taking a look here at the latest air quality data, yes, not much has changed. In fact, things have changed for the worst on the West Coast. I mean, it's really spreading into Idaho now, some bad air qualities. I don't know. There we go. Finally, we got the West Coast. Look at this. All these oranges and reds, they just keep getting worse and worse and worse. See, there's a trough in the east, a trough in the jet stream. On the west, it's a ridge, so there's a flow northward. So any wildfires, it's being spread north, going up, down. My hope is it does not get caught up in the jet stream and come to the east, this smoke. We'll have to watch what's happening. It is currently starting to spread into Canada, western Montana as well. Bad air qualities. Look at this on the west coast. This is really dangerous. If you have COPD or asthma, limit your time outside. Otherwise, if you do have to go out in these areas, consider masking. The rest of the country is not doing too bad. A little bit of yellow in the east, some random orange and red sites in the mid-Atlantic. Not sure what that's about. And I should add this real quickly. North Dakota starting to turn orange. Yes, that's a spillover effect from that ridge of, in the trough. It's sending the flow of air downward. And yeah, look what happens. So we'll have to watch. I'm suspecting some of this may dip down into the central portion of the U.S. Will it get to the East Coast? Too soon to say. Moving on, let's skip over heat-related illnesses. That did not update. I'll quickly give you the national Walgreens positivity in case you did not see it this week. And that is up slightly, 27.3%. Prior week was 26%. That's up 1.3%. Total tests for COVID, 11,752. Prior week was 11,994. Of course, we are talking about COVID here, in case you did not know. Alrighty, let's do a couple of those wastewater scan sites. And why don't we come out here to, how about Utah? We're going to do a few of these sites. Let's see what's going on in Salt Lake City, Utah, because we want to see, is there any Mpox being detected there? Well, COVID at this time is medium and dropping. Influenza is low and dropping. RSV is dropping. That's good to see. Low HMPV. And look at this, Mpox not being detected. Norovirus is low at this time. And hey, no hepatitis cases either. That's good to see. It's also good to see, knock on wood, this website is moving fairly quickly at the moment. Let's come to California. There are so many different sites in California. Let's go to West County Wastewater District. Let's see what this is all about. I don't believe we've ever shown this site. COVID is low and dropping. Influenza flat at this time. Ooh, RSV is high and continuing to rise. HMPV not an issue at the moment. Mpox, look at this. No Mpox. Norovirus is low. And there was a hepatitis A case detected. There was a high prevalence back on October 5th. But right now there is no prevalence of it. Let's continue on here. Let's go east a little bit. How about we come down to Chattanooga, Tennessee? What is going on for you? Chattanooga, Tennessee. Medium COVID at this time. Stable. Dropping a little bit. Influenza low. RSV is low, but it is starting to rise. That's going to go moderate to high soon if that continues. No HMPV. No Mpox. Norovirus is medium in the overall trajectory. After even though that there was a drop, overall trajectory, it's up. It's starting to go back up again. And let's see here. Ooh, a lot of hepatitis being detected. Hepatitis A. And on the most recent update, it continues to be detected. One more site, and then we do have some other data to show you. Where do we want to go? How about we come down here to Florida? What's going on in the Tampa area? How about the Northeast Water Facility? Yikes. COVID's high, starting to rise again. Influenza is low. RSV is high. Norovirus is high, and the most recent update shows after a drop, it's starting to rise again. No Mpox, and also no hepatitis A. So it's good not to see hepatitis there. Don't want to take a look at that. Here we go. The latest variants. HV.1 is at 25.2%. EG.5 is at 21.9%. FL151 is at 12%. XBB116.6 is at 9.2%. And then there are like 15 to 20 more. We're not going to read them all off. Taking a look here at emergency department visits, 16,186 resulted in COVID-19 hospital admissions last week. Taking a look at Philadelphia Fire Department for yesterday, 685 EMS incidents were reported for Halloween, Tuesday, October 31st. All right, something we have not taken a look at in a while, and that is wastewater in Philadelphia. It just updated yesterday. I do want to click on this. I don't know why. There it goes. And it's a little bit confusing here. So there's three wastewater sites. You got Northeast Philadelphia. That's my area. You got Southeast Water Treatment Plant. Then you have Southwest. You have Temple Labs. Then you have the Public Health Labs. Temple Labs for the Northeast is rising. Public Labs, while it was rising, dropped a little bit on the most recent update for October. Then we come down here to Southeast Water Treatment, and for that, for Temple Labs, it is, this is the orange is Temple Labs. That is dropping at this time. The Public Labs, it is rising at this time. Then we come to Southwest, and Southwest at this time is slightly dropping. Then you come over here to the blue, which is the Public Labs, and that is showing a rapid rise at this time. That is not good to see, and I do believe Southwest includes where colleges like Penn and Drexel are, so that's something we have to pay attention to. So some of the colleges in Philadelphia are starting to rise at this time. Speaking of Philadelphia, let's take a look at Hubbub World. And here's the Pennsylvania forecast. Philadelphia has a high local prevalence area and stabilizing at this time. Remember, it was dropping. Now it's stabilizing. At least I think it was dropping. Pittsburgh is also very high at 40. This is, 40 infected people within a 5-minute walk of your area. And increasing once again. Central Pennsylvania is high and stabilized. So they have stabilized at high levels. Not good to see. Now let's do a live look in at what's going on in the Philadelphia suburbs, and you can see here, yes, there is some ambulance calls. Not terribly busy, just 12 at this time, and that's Montgomery County. Here is Chester County. We do see a respiratory call, another respiratory call, stroke, unresponsive person, unconscious person. So there are things going on there. Now let's go over across the Delaware River to New Jersey. 471 hospitalizations reported as of the 30th. Let me refresh this. That may not be up to date. Let's see here. Let's double check to make sure that is the up-to-date number. And nope, I didn't think it was. 446 is the new number. And 19 people on ventilators. In the ICU, 44 people in the ICU. Discharges, 63 people have been discharged, so that's a good thing. Now we have to take a look at this. Hubbub World once again. Newark has a very high local prevalence at up to 158 area and increasing once again. 158 infected people within a 5-minute walk. Hoboken is very high at up to 277 and increasing. That's not good to see. Rest of New Jersey is very high and stabilizing. And look at this chart here. Look at this map. Yeah, that's stabilizing at high levels with the winter wave yet to come. Ooh, that's not good. And it's already increasing in North Jersey. So, yeah, this is not good to see. You don't want to see levels stabilizing at already elevated levels of COVID. New York State, we will show you some more Hubbub World states tomorrow. New York State, 854 people tested positive in the last 24 hours. And let's take a look at the hospitalizations in New York State. And I have to zoom this in because it just refreshed on me. And hospitalizations in New York State, 1,274. New York City, what's going on there? New York City has dropped a little bit, 492. How about we go up to the capital region of New York? What's going on up there? Aha! The capital region of New York was at 85 hospitalized yesterday, 92 today, so it did rise. That's interesting to see. How about Western New York? What's going on there? Western New York did rise yesterday, up to 83. Today it dropped ever so slightly to 78. All right, we got our new update out of Texas. It's not good. Texas, already a little bit of a rise. So I think they're bouncing off as low as they will go right now. And this week, bounced a little higher. So here we go. Like a yo-yo, you go up and down, up and down. Well, Texas did go up. The total number of probable and confirmed cases is 9,553 this week. The previous week was 9,231. That's up by 373. Then we come down here to hospitalizations. That was up by 5, 1,038 versus 1,033. And the number of fatalities has dropped to 45 this week. There were 45 added, down by 10 from last week's number of 55. So while deaths did drop, 45 is still far too many people, and we know with hospitalizations starting to slowly go up and cases slowly going up, deaths probably won't drop too much more. They may start to bouncing, a bit like we're seeing with cases. We don't have any other states that came in today. We should get a whole bunch more in tomorrow. Let's take a look at some international cases, and I do need to refresh this. And with international cases, we do have kind of a mixed picture here. Brazil, cases are down 6%. Deaths, however, are up 9%. They're still doing quite a few deaths each week. 277 this week versus 255 last week, and that number will change daily. I do believe they report daily. I don't know, maybe they don't. Russia, cases up 30%, deaths up 22%. Germany, cases up 29%, deaths up 14%. Canada, cases up 19%, deaths up 6%. Then we come down here to Italy, cases down 84%, deaths down 83%. Poland, cases are up. This is not good. 47%, deaths are up 214%, 22 versus 7. Then we come down to New Zealand, cases down 13%. However, we know deaths lag last, so they're up 33%. That's 36 deaths versus 27. Chile, cases are up 45%, no deaths reported. And Australia, can't really go by this. Australia is starting to show an increase. There was a tweet I should have showed you today that has a chart of cases rising. If I find it, I will remember. I'll put a sticky note to add that in to tomorrow's pandemic update. And India is actually down this week after an increase last week, and they did report 2 deaths this week versus 0 last week. Alrighty, folks, that does it for today's pandemic update. If you are convinced that the pandemic is not over, by all means, subscribe to my channel down below. If you are still not convinced that the pandemic is not over, by all means, watch some of my older videos. Watch some of my talks and discussions that I do that talk about the risk of COVID. I'm sure you will eventually turn around and see things our way. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe to my channel down below. If you know anyone that needs to be convinced that the pandemic's not over, by all means, share this with them. By sharing and liking these videos, help my videos hopefully hit the algorithm. The more likes we get, the better chance YouTube will show this content to more people, which is very important in trying to keep people safe. I will see you all again for another pandemic update again tomorrow. Until I see you again tomorrow, stay safe, everyone, and thanks for watching. Have a fantastic Wednesday evening.